Hello children, namaste everyone. Welcome back to the mathematics class. Dear children, in our last videos we have seen about integers. Today let us study a new chapter about fractions and decimals. Dear children, about fractions you have studied in your previous classes. Let us recall what we have studied. In the last class, that means in 6th standard, you have studied the meaning of fraction. What is the meaning of the fraction and different types of fractions and decimal addition and subtraction, isn't it? Let us recall what we have studied in our last class. See, today in this video, let us study about the types of fraction. That means proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. You have studied in 6th standard. And also about equivalent fraction and ascending and descending orders of the fraction. And multiplication of the fractions we will study. Okay. So what do you mean by a fraction? What you have studied? See, for example, see, here this is a circle. If you draw a line through the middle of the circle, that circle divides into two parts, and each part, see, this is one whole, one full, one, isn't it? In that one, if you take this part, this is out of one, there are two parts. In this two part, one. See, this is half, you can write it as half, 1 by 2. Or if you draw one more line like this part, suppose if you want to take this part, see here, this part is the out of 4 part, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one part, see 1 out of 4. So this is a part or fraction, 1 by 4, isn't it? See, in the same way, if you draw two more lines like this, how many parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 parts are there. If you take any two parts like this, 1 and these two parts represent 2 parts out of 8. Total 8 are there. Out of 8, 2 parts are taken. So 2 by 8. So there are different types of fractions you have studied. One is about proper fraction. What is the meaning of proper fraction? Proper fraction means it is a part of a whole. A part of a whole. See, for example, this is a square. If you draw two more like this, there are 4 parts. It is a part of whole. Part of whole. See, one full. That means one full circle. Out of that, if you draw like this is 1 by 2, this is 1 by 2. Total becomes one full, isn't it? Therefore, proper fraction means it is a part of whole. That is what we have studied. Fraction, proper fraction is a fraction which represents a part of a whole. So, or you can define like this also. In the previous classes you have studied, if the denominator is greater than the numerator or the numerator is greater than the denominator. You know about numerator and denominator. In a fraction, what is written in the upper part, that is numerator, and this lower part is the denominator, isn't it? If the numerator is smaller than the denominator, that is a proper fraction. So how to represent a fraction? Numerator is smaller than the denominator or denominator is greater than the numerator. That's why you can form your own definition, isn't it? In the same way, improper fraction. What is the meaning of improper fraction? If the denominator is more than, say, denominator is greater than the numerator is greater than the denominator, then it is called an improper fraction. Therefore, improper fraction contains a whole and a proper fraction. See, why it is a whole and proper fraction? 5 by 2 is equal to, see, 2 2s are 4. You can divide 5 2 times and 1 remaining here. So you can write like this: 5 by 2 is equal to 2 1 by 2. Here 1 by 2 is a proper fraction because here numerator is smaller than the denominator, isn't it? Therefore we can say improper fraction is a combination of a whole, this 2 is a whole number, a whole and a proper fraction. Okay, so improper fraction is the combination of a whole and a proper fraction. Therefore, or simply you can define like this: if the denominator is greater than, if the numerator is greater than the denominator, or denominator is smaller than the numerator, then it is an improper fraction. Whatever it may be, see, if you write like this: denominator is smaller, numerator is bigger. In proper fraction, numerator is smaller, denominator is bigger. Okay, so this is the definition. This is what we can call. Now, mixed fraction. What is the meaning of mixed fraction? If a fraction, improper fraction is written in this form, for example, you can write 5 by 2 as 2 1 by 2. See, if you write that improper fraction in this form, then this is called a mixed fraction. So, a mixed fraction contains a proper fraction and a whole number. If you write, for example, 6 by 4 is equal to what? 6, 4 ones are 4 and 2 remaining here 4. So, 6 by 4 can be written as 1, 2 by 4. So, this is a mixed fraction, this is improper fraction. So, improper form and mixed form of a fraction. Okay, this one what we have studied. Now, let us see. So, these are all we have studied in our previous classes. Equivalent fraction. What is the meaning of equivalent fraction? See, for example, I will take one example. It is 2 by 9, then say 2 by 3, then 8 by 2. Let us see these numbers. Equivalent fractions or say 2 by 9. One example, 2 by 9. What is the equivalent fractions of 2 by 9? See, 2 by 9 is also equal to, if you multiply by a number to this, you will get a fraction. See, if you multiply to the numerator and the denominator by a number, you will get another fraction. See, 9 2s are 18, 2 2s are 4. See, look here, 2 by 9 is also equal to 4 by 18. So, 4 by 18 is called the equivalent fraction of 2 by 9. How you got this 4 by 18? By multiplying by 2 to the numerator as well as denominator. If you multiply by 3 to both the numerator and denominator, so you can multiply by any number, but if you multiply by any number to both, that means numerator and denominator, then there is no change in the value, that is equivalent. What the result you get, that is equivalent to the previous original fraction. See, if you multiply by 3, how it becomes? 2 3s are 6, 9 3s are 27. So, this is also the equivalent fraction. 6 by 27 is the equivalent fraction of 2 by 9. If you multiply by 4 to both the numerator and denominator, what happens here? See, 2 4s are 8. So, 9 4s are 36. So, how you got 8 by 36? By multiplying by 4 to both the numerator and denominator. So, if you multiply by both by a number to both the numerator and denominator, the result what you get is called the equivalent fractions of the original fraction. So, 2 by 9 is also equal to 4 by 18, or it is also equal to 6 by 27, or it is also equal to 8 by 36. Like this we can find the equivalent fractions. Okay. In the same way, I will give one more example. 2 by 5. 2 by 5 is equal to 4 by 10. Have you got that? By multiplying to both the numerator and denominator. If you multiply by 3, you will get to both the numerator and denominator. 2 3s are 6, 5 3s are 15. So, 2 by 5 is equal to 4 by 10 or 6 by 15. So, 4 by 10 and 6 by 15 are the equivalent fractions of 2 by 5. Okay. So, this is what we have studied. Next, while writing the fractions, for example, we want to write 1 by, let us take 3 examples. This is 7 by 10. Look at these fractions. So, which is smaller here and which is greater. So how to identify which is smaller and greater? So to write a fraction in ascending or descending order, we have to search which is smaller and which is greater. So ascending order means from smaller to bigger. You know, ascending means what? From smaller to bigger if you write, that is ascending order. From bigger to smaller if you write, that is descending order. See, here you have to search whether 1 by 5 or 3 by 7, which is greater here. So it is difficult to identify. So you have to identify it, you have to make that fraction having same denominator. One denominator or same numerator. It is better to do the denominator same. How to do this? See, here 3 fractions are given: 1 by 5, 3 by 7 and 7 by 10. Here 5, 7 and 10 are in the denominator. We have to search the same, you have to find the equivalent fractions of this having same denominator. See, to do that one, we have to find the LCM of the denominator. So what is the LCM of the denominator? See here 5, 7 and 10. These are the denominators. What is the LCM? See, how to find the LCM? In 7th standard, very easily you can find out. How you know? If the denominators are there, search the biggest number. Here 10 is the biggest one, greatest one. See whether the other two are divisible by that number or not. Search it. Otherwise, go for its next multiple. If it is not divisible by that multiple, go for another multiple like that. See here, this is another way of identifying LCM. That is you have studied in our last class. How to find this? You have to divide it by 2 like that. Is it possible to divide it by 2? If it is not possible, write it as such. See, you can write like this. If you divide by 2, 5 is not completely divisible by 2, so write 5 as it is. 7 is also not divisible by 2, write it as it is. And 10 is divisible by 2 5 times. Next, 3, 2 can't, 3 also can't, then go for 5. 5 ones are 5, 7 can't, so write 7 as it is, 5 ones are 5. Next, by 7, 1 already there, 7 ones are 1, like this, isn't it? See here, or it is not required here, 7 is a prime number. So if you multiply this, 2 into 5 into 7 is the LCM of that what? LCM of the denominator. 2 into 5 into 7. 2 5s are 10. 10 into 7 is 70. So 70 is the LCM of 5, 7 and 10. So 70. So 1 by 5 is equal to how much? 70. How to get a 5? 5, how much are 70? 70. So how much time you have to divide? Tell me. 5 10s are 5, 14s are 5, 14s are 70. Therefore 1 into 14. Here also you have to multiply 14. So 1 by 5, the equivalent fraction of 1 by 5 is 14 by 70. Next, 3 by 7. How to get the denominator 70? What you have to do? You have to multiply by 7. So you have to multiply by 10 to this 7 by 10. So 3 into 10 also. 3 into 10 it is 30. So 3 by 7 is equal to 30 by 70. Next, 7 by 10. How to get 70? You have to multiply by 7 to the denominator to get 70. So here also you have to multiply this 11. It becomes 49. So equivalent fractions of 1 by 5, 3 by 7 and 7 by 5 are 14 by 70, 30 by 70, 49 by 70. So you can write instead of this, how you can write 14 by 70. So 14 by 70 and 30 by 70, then 49 by 70. Look here, now you got the equivalent fractions of this having same denominator. Now we can identify which is smaller and which is greater. Now how to identify which is smaller and greater? Just one example I will say. See, if you write like this, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this? 2 by 4. 2 by 4 means what? Out of 2, or total 4 parts, you have taken 2 parts. See this one, isn't it? You can say it as half. 1 by 2 also you can say. See, if you write like this, what is the meaning? 1 part out of 4. Now can you say this is bigger or this one bigger? So 2 by 4 is bigger. See, 1 by 4 means out of 4 parts, 1 part. 2 by 4 means out of 4 parts, 2 parts. Out of 4, 2 parts. So this is bigger. 2 by 4 is bigger. Therefore, remember, if you write like this, 3 by 4, this is biggest one. 3 by 4, 3 parts. Here, out of 4, 3 parts are taken. This is bigger. Therefore, if the numerator is bigger one, if the fractions having same denominator, the fraction having bigger number is the biggest fraction, or bigger one is bigger fraction, and the fraction having same denominators, then the fractions having same denominators, then numerator with the bigger number is the bigger fraction. The numerator with the smaller number is the smaller fraction. Therefore, here the numerator is 49, it is biggest one, and next biggest one is this one, and next biggest one, smaller one is this one. So this is the biggest fraction. This is equivalent fraction of 7 by 10. If you write this one in the descending order, 7 by 10 is the biggest fraction. Next biggest fraction is 30 by 70 or 3 by 7. So 30 by 7 or 3 by 7 is the next biggest fraction, and 1 by 5 is the smallest one. So among these three fractions, 7 by 10, 3 by 7 and 1 by 5. This is a descending order. If you reverse the order, it becomes the ascending order. If you write that one in the ascending order, 1 by 5, 3 by 7, 7 by 10 is the ascending order. So 1 by 5, 3 by 7, 7 by 10 are the ascending orders of these fractions. So we can write. So remember children, to write the fractions in ascending or descending order, you have to write you have to identify, you have to find the equivalent fractions of that having same denominators. Then you can identify which is smaller and greater. Okay, this is what you have studied. Next, let us see about addition of fractions. You have studied this one also. Addition of fractions. So what is addition of fraction? For example, let us add. See, 4 plus addition of fractions. Addition. See, 4 plus 7 by 8. 4 plus 7 by 8. Here what you have how to add? See, to add, you have to find the LCM of the denominator. Here the LCM is 1. 4 means 4 by 1. So 1 and 8 are in the denominator. So what is the LCM of 1 and 8? LCM of 1 and 8 is 8. So remember, simply you can in 7th standard very easily can, not necessary to identify like that. See, denominator, search that denominators and identify which is the biggest denominator there, and find out whether that biggest other denominators are divisible by that or not. Otherwise, go for its next multiples. Here, biggest one is 8, 1 is also divisible by 8, therefore 8 is the denominator, 8 is the LCM of 1 and 8. Now, to get 8, what you have to do? Here you have to multiply by 8. To 1, you have to multiply by 8. So, if you multiply by 8 to this 1, here also you have to multiply by 8. So, 4 8s are 32. 4 8s are 32. Okay, plus. Next, to get this 8, what you have to do? You have to multiply by 1 to this 8. So you have to multiply by 1 to this numerator also. So 7 into 1 is 7. So that is equal to, look here, what is the answer? 32 plus 7 is equal to 39. So 39 by 8 is the sum of 4 plus 7 by 8. Like this we will do. Okay. Suppose another problem. Let us see another problem. 2 by 3 plus 3 1 by 2. So what you have to do here? Here you have to, this is a mixed fraction. This is another mixed fraction. So what you have to do is the mixed fractions are converted to the improper fraction. How to convert that mixed fraction to improper fraction? You have studied. Multiply this denominator and this whole number and add this numerator to that. and write that one in the numerator and denominator as such. So 2 by 3 is equal to 3 into 2, 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, write 8 in the denominator and numerator and 3 as such in the denominator. So 2 by 3 is equal to 8 by 3 plus 2 into 3 is 6 plus 1 7 by 2. So improper fraction of 2 by 3 is 8 by 3 and improper fraction of 3 1 by 2 is 7 by 2. So it becomes like this. Now you can't add this like this because you know the denominators are different. So you have to find the LCM of the denominator. So what is the LCM of 3 and 2? Here whether 2 is divided by 3 greater number, can't. Go for next multiple of 3. Next multiple of 3 is 6. 3 2s are 6. 6. Can you divide this 6 completely by 2? Yes, we can divide completely by 2. Therefore 6 is the LCM of 3 and 2. So you can write like this. So to get the 6, what you have to do? You have to multiply by 2. So multiply by 2 here also. 2 8 2s are 16. Then to get this 6, what you have to do? Here you have to multiply by 3. So if you multiply by 3 to the denominator, it becomes 6. Here also you have to multiply by 3. So that is equal to 27 3s are 21. So 16 plus 21 is equal to 37 divided by 6 is the sum of these two fractions. If you convert this 37 by 6 to the mixed form, yes, how to convert? 6 are 36, 1 remaining here, divided by 6. So 6 1 by 6 is the mixed form of 37 by 6. So this is answer of this 2 by 3 plus 3 1 by 2. In the same way, you can subtract also. How to subtract the fractions? For example, 9 by 11 minus 4 by 15. If your question is like this, 9 by 11 into minus 4 by 15. So here you have to find the LCM of 11 and 15. Okay, what is the LCM of 11 and 15? So 15. You can't, 15 2s are 30, you can't divide 30, 15 3s are 45, there also you can't, 60, can't, then 75, you can't divide 75, then 90, you can't divide, like that you have to go, okay, then 90, after 105, you can't divide by 105, then 120, is it possible to divide by 120? No, you can't divide 120 also. So, if no numbers available like that, then you have to identify the product of the denominators or the LCM of that numbers. Okay, like that you can do. Or I will see another problem. Say 2 by 3 by 5. 2 minus 3 by 5. Here also, see, suppose the question is like this. Here 5 is a LCM. Yes, to get 5 you have to multiply by 5 to this 1. So if you multiply by 2 to this 5, it becomes 10 minus 5 ones are 5, 3 ones are 3. So 2 minus 3 by 5 is equal to 10 minus 3 by 5 is equal to 7 by 5. So like this you can subtract the fractions. Okay, so this is about subtraction and addition of fractions. Very simply you can these are very simple problems you have seen in your previous classes. Okay, in the next video let us study about multiplication of fractions. See you, take care.